Hello, Felix here once again. I bring to you some new development that the ICT units have brought on board. This is with respect to the virtual learning environment. Some of you might already have noticed that there is a new interface which is being displayed on the screen currently, and there are reasons for some of these. I'm going to talk about it and also give a brief tutorial on how to migrate some of your content from the old VLE to the new VLE. Now, from previous times, we have been accessing the VLE by going through vle.umass.edu.gh. However, this time round, we've had to create one VLE to accommodate all the departments, the courses that are being run in each department. In previous time, we had two VLEs, one for FMRT or FMMT-JS and FGs together with FIMS. And there is another one for FOE and School of Petroleum Studies. We also had School of Railway and Infrastructure Development also hooking or putting most of their stuff on either of these servers. Now, we realized that we might have to get one VLE that will be able to manage virtually every records that we have on students and also with the programs or the courses that we teach on campus. So that brought us about the new VLE that we see on our screen. Another issue was we had issues with concurrent logins for our users, especially during exams and also even sometimes during lecture periods. So we thought it's wise to come out with a virtual learning environment that will be able to accommodate all departments without any issue. We've run rigorous tests on this particular server and also conducted a lot of research. And we came to a conclusion that the current server it's going to really help us, with our quest to make things better for students and also lecturers, be it lecture periods or probably during exams time. Yes, without wasting much time, I briefly, as you already know, for those two VLEs, the links are no more active. So there are new links that I'm going to provide for you to be able to get your old materials and migrate those materials to the new VLE. So that will be the demonstration for this particular video. So I would now start with the main reason for this particular video. So the idea is to migrate our course or lecture materials from the old content or the old servers to the new VLE server. And by content, I mean to say the lecture materials, the videos, quizzes if need be, or anything that you have on the old server that you think would be relevant to migrate or migrate or bring to this new VLE. So let me start with the demonstration. So first of all, this is the new VLE. At the moment, I've seen that some lecturers have already created some courses. So we have about 5 courses created already. It is running those that want to set up entirely new lecture material online. You can just go ahead and start it. If not, if you have some of your records on the previous old servers, you can also do the migration. So I'll begin by logging in to the VLE. Usually, I sometimes do forget my password, so I would go use the institutional email. You can use that one to also log on to it and log into the platform. Yes, I hope to finish this video as quickly as possible. Now, so this is the dashboard of the new VLE. Now, I also would want to introduce to you the links to the old VLEs. So for instance, we have for the FOE, This is the link. So if you do go to FOEVLE dot FOEVLE BK, the BK stand for backup, um, .uma.edu.gh, it will take you to the old VLE and for FOEs. Those that have some of your records also on FMRT or FIMS VLE server, you can also use this address, vlebk.umas.edu.gh. These two servers will be available possibly for the next month. And if we do see very good improvements in the new one, eventually we would have to relieve those servers for other projects that is ongoing at the ICT. So these two servers might go off. So I'll entreat most of us or all of us to try our best to get our records at least downloaded onto our computer, and anytime that we are ready, we can upload it onto the new VLE. All right, thank you very much. So at the moment, I'm logged in as a lecturer into the new VLE. So I have a course in here. I have some courses on the this is the old VLE. So on the old VLE, if I do go to my dashboard, these are some of the courses that I teach in the department: web programming, human computer interaction, computer graphics, and so on and so forth. But there is this course like computer graphics that I would want to export the records in here to the new VLE. So this semester, for instance, lecturers who have some of their lecture materials on the old VLE, but are teaching them this semester, can use this approach to get their files downloaded or exported from the old VLEs to the new one. So I'll go into computer graphics. So I would want to export all the records that are within this particular page. So quickly, what I would have to do is on the gear icon that you see at the top right, I'll just drop it down and click on more. More will give us a lot of options, but you can see that we have backup in here. So for now, for this purpose, let's use backup. So I'll click on backup. So in backing up, these are some of the things that I have within the course, the CE273, which is computer graphics. The system is trying to find out if it should include activities and resources, include blocks, include files, include filters, and so on and so forth. I would want to include everything. So I can go to next to make some selection, assuming I don't want to include everything and there are some few things that I want to omit. I can go to next and do that. If not, you can just go to jump to final step, and that will take you to the final step to complete the process. But if you think you have some few things that you don't want to include, you can always go and uncheck them. Personally, I want to export everything so that I have the entire lecture material together with the quizzes that I conducted all exported. So I'll click on jump to final step. So at this point, the system is trying to export all the records or all the content of the CE273 course. And this can take a while depending on the information you have on that in that particular course. So at the moment, I'm going to pause this video, and when it's done exporting, then I'll continue. Okay, as you can see here, you can see the backup file was successfully created. So I've been able to create a backup of the files of this particular course, CE273. So I'll click on continue, and it will take me back again to this page. So you can see from here, there is import a backup. So assuming the backup that I just created, I want to now import into a new course. or a new server, I will just put the file in here. But we are not going to do that here because this is the old server. We want to put it on the new server. Now, what we have to do is, you can see from here that there are lots of files that I've already exported. You can see 2021, I had some files in there. And I also have a backup for 2021 May, which is quite big. So I would want to take the last backup, which is today. The size is quite big, which is 573.2 megabytes. I had a lot of things. Students were loading files online for me, and the files were quite big. That is why the size is a little big. Yours might be smaller. So in this case, I'm going to take one of my old backups, which is this one. You can see this is just 57.8 megabytes. So I'll take this one. Ideally, yours would probably be this one. So the one that you just backed up. So you download it, but this might take a while. So I'll take a backup that I already have in the system, download it. So you back it up. When you see the file, you download it onto your computer. So I'm going to download the file, which is an old backup that I already have, and hope it finishes so that I can upload it onto the system. So I'll pause the video, and when the download is up, I would come back and we'll continue with importing it into the new VLE. Okay, we now have the download ready, as you can see from here. So all we have to do is now to upload it or import it into a course which we will create in the new VLE and upload this particular download. So I'll move straight to the new VLE. I'll extend session so I will be able to complete this exercise. Okay, so I'll go to my courses in the new VLE. Then at the moment, I have just one course loaded. I'm going to load a new one called Computer Graphics. So I'll create the course by dropping down this three icon here, three dot icon. So I'll click on New Course. Then I'll type the name of the course, which is Computer Graphics. I want to use the course code is 273 as the name, and the category I'm going to select computer science and engineering. So you can also select your department where the course is going to be taught. If you're electrical, you know where to also upload the course to, electrical department. So I'll show it's visible, and the course date is 19th July, and it ends exactly a year. I'll change it to October and possibly 2022, which I think is okay. I'll maintain the CE 273 as the name of the course ID. Now the description, for now, I'll not type anything there. The description is what will be displayed by the course on first glance before you even enter the course. But now I'm going to maintain what is there. And over here too, I will not put any image in here because I intend importing the information I have in the old server over here. So I'll click on Save and Display. So now you can see I'm now in the computer graphics course, and on the left side, these are the topics, the topics that are available. I'm not going to touch any of these, but now all I want to do is to import the records from the old server which I have downloaded. So in doing that, you hover over the More menu over here, you drop it down, you look out for course reuse. So click on that. I'll click on Next. So now it's asking me for the path to restore the file. From the restore, it's asking me from the path to restore the file. The file is already in my downloads, which is this one. So I'll hold it and drag it over here. You can also click on file to browse to where the location of that particular file is, and you load it in here. So the file is being uploaded. And mind you, the maximum upload is 512 megabytes. This is just 57.8 megabytes. So if you export your course and it's very big, and you want the units, ICT unit to open up this to possibly something higher, just let us know. We'll do that. So now the file has been uploaded onto the new course. All we have to do is to click on the restore to restore this particular course. So I'll click on restore. At this point, all I have to do is to go to next, continue, continue. So I'll restore as a new course. Then down here, I'll move to down here. It says restore into this course. Restore into an existing course. Of course, we made a selection of CE273. So that is where we have the file uploaded, waiting for restoration. So we are not going to merge the backup course into this, but rather we will delete the contents of this course and then restore. So the one that we just created in a new one, we're going to delete it and now restore with the old content we have from the old website. So I'll click on continue. I'll click on next to also continue. So there are certain things that are here. These are, I think this is Introduction to Computing. I think these are some courses, it's not computer graphics. So the course from where I downloaded is Introduction to Computing. The one I'm restoring is Introduction to Computing, but I created a course called Computer Graphics, but this is going to overwrite all of that. So let me just continue to next. And finally, I'll click on Perform Restore. So the process, all right, alias restored failure. Okay, so if you recall, I said, let me end this one. If you recall, the course, I'll click on continue. Can see the Introduction to Computing course has been restored inside the computer graphics course. Ideally, because I downloaded this backup, this particular backup, which is because it was too small, it was small. This backup was meant for PGRP Introduction to Computing. That is how come the information we have here are Introduction to Computing. But if you do back your files up, the right file I was supposed to have downloaded was this one, but because the size was too big, I stopped. I didn't complete it. That is why I chose this one. So I've restored this course into computer graphics, into the computer graphics course. But in your case, you will create the computer graphics, then you restore the right file, which is this one, which is supposed to be this one. But for purposes of time, I just selected this one just to make things easier and faster for us. All right, so that is about restoration of your files or contents from the old VLE server to the new one. Please, at this point, if you try and you have any issue, please let us know. You can call me or you can visit the ICT for anyone there to help you with the restoration of your files. And let us try our best to help make the system work. Online has come to stay in a way. So if you have any challenge, you encounter errors, let us take this opportunity to solve all these errors just to make the system better. And I'm hoping lecturers who have so many students will take the opportunity to conduct their quizzes with these huge numbers of students, so that we'll be able to also test the system to see how robust it is at this point. And as I said, the unit has already done some preliminary checks and also run through some experiments, and we've seen that the new one should be able to accommodate huge numbers of students. So please, let's try and in our quizzes, we can use the VLE for some of our quizzes with these huge numbers to test the robustness of this system. Thank you very much, and we'll be available for any question if you do have any. Thank you.